The more technologically advanced the human species got, the more isolated they seem to become at the same time.
Indent. Run.
A computer, an extension of the human intellect.
The more technologically advanced the human species got, the more isolated they seem to become at the same time.
Indent. Run. Run. Hey, what's going on, guys? Wondering, probably throw it over here. Okay. I know it's been a little while, but it's good to see all you guys again. It seems like we have pretty long sessions in between, or times in between sessions. But yeah, so a few things happened. I ended up refreshing the page on here, and that ended up getting rid of all the work I had done, like everything I did in the last session. So I had to rewrite everything, and I ended up finishing it. So we don't have to sit here and go through the whole second lesson. Well, at least sitting here and watching me try to go through it. I can, go through the actual code and describe to you what's actually being done for it and what I came up with. Now, for this, you can't really do any hints or you can't really see answers or anything. You kind of have to do it yourself. So I did the best of my ability. And you guys can probably find a shorter way on how to do some of these. But yeah, this was just my interpretation. This is what I had done. And if you guys see anything that could be, redone in a better way, or you guys, could just offer, more helpful code to be able to make this length longer, because right now it's at, in total, the length of this code is 139 lines. So I probably could have gone shorter, but I just didn't really know how to really make this shorter, to be honest. just because there was so many conversions and so many different ways that you had to output, this data, and to read that, the values that we were getting, and having to do these conversions, and then if it fell within this range, to redo those conversions, and so on and so forth. So like I said, this was just the best way that I could figure out to do it. So obviously, if you guys know a better way, I would recommend doing that in the shortest amount possible. So with that being said, we're gonna jump over onto that, and yeah. So aside from that, I hope you guys had a pretty good weekend. I feel like it went by too short. I've been having just car issues, so I've been trying to I've been having car issues for a while now, but I've been at least for my car, and I've been trying to get that all squared away and situated, and it's coming together. It's just, if anyone who's dealt with tons of car troubles, I mean, you will definitely know how in depth it can be. But yeah, enough talking. We'll go over here a second. Okay, so this is what we did. So as you guys remember, the last time in the part 1, we had to convert these Roman numerals right here, or all these numbers right here. Like, we would get an input of data of a number range. Like, we would get input a number, right, and then we would have to return the Roman numerals for that number. So when you first see it, you're like, oh, this isn't too bad, but the more you think about it, and how in depth it can be, it could actually be a lot. So let's kind of look at that. So right here, when it's all finished, right here, we have the convert to Roman, right? So on an output, this is what it would look like. So if we were to do a console.log, and we were to output this, the syntax out. So 2014 would be MMXIV. So M for 2 in the 2000 spot, X, which obviously recommends 10, which is right here, and then the 4 for 14 right there. So we had to cut it up to be able to do this. So, and you'll notice, so I'll put it right here. So going kind of into it, I'm going to jump in and just kind of describe some stuff, but this right here is the table, putting that into an object. So I converted this table, put it into an object, and this right here, the convert to main, this from here to here, this is the bread and bone. Like, this is the bread and butter of this whole project. Like, this is the main function. So all of these are functions that are called after it, right? And that are getting called. So one thing you guys are going to know, I think we went over this concept in a previous video, but this is what's known as hoisting. So it's calling functions before they are declared. So basically what we're doing is we're calling these right here, like this 1 space, 10 space right here, this function, all this before, because usually we go from top down, right? Usually code goes from the top and then incrementally goes down, and executes that way. But the cool thing is with JavaScript, whenever we run into this right here, right, it looks for this function here through our script. And then once it, this would be 10 space. Once it interacts and finds 10 space right here, right? And that it's a function, it's got arguments and stuff, and it's declared, right? It's going to hoist that up into here and then run. So for those of you that didn't know, that is what hoisting is. And sometime you will get, I was actually asked that in an interview at one point, define what hoisting means. So there you go. There's a tip, which I'm sure might help you out later. If not, at least, it's pretty neat. So anyway, let's kind of go over this. I'm not going to go too heavily into it. I'm just going to kind of do an overview of what's kind of happening. But because we already did most of it in part 1. But here, basically, I expanded upon that idea. So let's go over this a little bit, then we'll jump into lesson 3 or into the project 3, which is the next project we'll be doing. I think I can't remember if we have 5. I think we have 5. I'm not really sure, but I think we do. I think we have 5. So yeah. So starting off, we have our object up here. We start off with this for loop right here that returns the numeral if the num, which is our argument, matches the ROM chart value. So what happens here is we have this for loop that looks through this ROM chart right here, and if the item, our item, which is our variable we declared for each of the items in the ROM chart, if this argument is equal to this item, then we just return it. Not having to really do anything. It's a lazy way to do it, and it's good. I mean, as long as we're able to grab it, we can just output it. We don't have to do anything further. But then we have all those things that, okay, what if we get a 2? What if we get a 3? And that sort of stuff. Okay, now this is where we continue. It doesn't match this, so we're going to keep going. So the first thing that we do is we take the input string, right? You can't create an array, because we want to create an array to, slice it up a bit. Put them in different, areas so we can convert each one of those. So in order to do that, we actually had to convert the number to a string. And then we can put that string into an array. So that's, like I said, this is what I have done. Anyone can do it their own different way, but this is what I had done. So I had converted into its array. And then I took that array, I did a map, and for the value that represents every value in this array, right? I just converted every value to a number. So I converted it all back to numbers. So I converted it to a string so I could separate them all and put them into its own, own area or its own value. And then I returned it back to a number so we could do the conversions. And then, after I got my number array to hold our number in, we then had the ROM array, which this is the Roman numeral array that would hold all of our Roman numerals. And I left this blank. So this is what we would be returning. All right. So then I defined a variable for each position. So right here, position 1 would be the first in the array, second would be the second part, and so on and so forth. Now, looking on here, our highest value was in the thousands. So our highest value was like 3,999. And, I just went up as high as, as it was requesting us to. So I went into the thousands. So I went up with 4 positions. But, in an array, you got 0, 1, 2, and 3. That's what's represented. So within there, I would do a, now I would take that, if this number array, right, the number that we converted, if the length, I just did this with the length is equal to 1, or if the length was equal to 2 or 3 or 4, I would, I would return the appropriate function, you know, you know, like if there was 1, it would be the 1 space. If there was 2, it'd be the 10 space, hundreds and thousands space, and then I would put the position here of each one and capture it, and then grab the empty array for what we can push it into. And so once we get, these have ran, we then return our we turn the ROM array, we join it, and then they all become, a string to return, which is what we have here. So I know you're wondering, like, you're kind of looking at this saying, well, why didn't you do a switch? Well, okay, so here's this. I did do a switch. I had tried originally to do this switch up for this, but for some reason beknownst to me, it would not, like, it was for some reason it was just like interpreting each value as like a single, like as a 1, like, so it just, no matter what I did, it always wanted to call the 1 space function, and which is why I made if and else statements. Like the switch was just not working for some reason, and I could have did a lot more debug, like going more into it and trying to find some solution, but this ended up giving me the actual results I needed. So this is what I decided to go with. And I mean, having a bunch of if and else statements can be like, can look pretty bad, can be pretty bad, but I mean, it's getting that job done, so I can't really complain too much. And I don't want to write a bunch of additional more code just to shorten this, so I just decided to go with this. This was straightforward. This got me what I needed. That's why the switch was just giving me unappropriate answers to what I was needing, and was calling functions that were not supposed to be called, and was reading this number array.length not appropriately for some reason. I don't exactly know why, but yeah, that's why I fell back on this. So that's going to answer your question for those who are asking. So here's the function we had for 4 digits, 3 digits, we had 2 digits, then the 1 digit. So I'm not going to go over each one of these. Obviously, a bit of these are almost the exact same. I mean, really, they're all pretty much the same. So I'll just do the 1 digit. So what happened was, so for the 1 space, I took 1 argument for the 1 space, and then the array, the empty array that we would push to. So basically I put an if, now we have to go over this. There's a function that I created called in between, because I hated, having to put in, if this position is greater than this one and this one is less than this one, I got tired of having to repetitively do that. So I just created my own function called in between that took 1 position, a minimal, the minimum digit, which is the parameter 1, and the max digit, that's the 4. And so if you see right here, another example of hoisting. So this was called down here. We took a position, parameter 1, parameter 2. It would take the position, the number, and if it was greater than, it would return true or false. If the position was greater than the parameter 1, which was 0, and the position was less than this. So when it was called up here, if that was true, it would just it would take, it would just add. It would just push the ROM chart. This this value from the ROM chart, this 1 right here. So if it was there, all we would be doing is adding, like, 1 or 2 eyes or 3. Like, let me show you. So if I had 1 here, since that's greater than 0, less than 4, it would just take the 1 position. It would start the I at 0, our counter at 0. It would take the 1 position number, and if I is less than, this 1 position, it would just keep adding until it was done. So this was 1, this was 1, it stopped. But yeah, it pushed this, so that's why I could do 1, 2, 3. So after that was done, if the 1 position was equal to 4, right? And some of these we had to directly call it, like how it was equal to directed for. We couldn't use the in between, and the reason for that was, if you look over here, it goes to 4, right? But at 5, it automatically switches to this, right? So I had to do it specifically to 4, because I can't just put if it's less than 10. We'd have to do the kind of the same thing, like, this is different. We would be pushing the wrong numerals to the array. So what happens here is, if it was equal to 4, we would push what we would call the ROM chart 4, right? We would do this, right, for right here, and then we would just distribute that as 4 for that. We wouldn't do anything else. But if now in between, now if it was greater than 4 and less than 9, because here we have 5, and then we don't have a 6 or 7 or 8 or anything like that. So we know all we have to do is just add I after that. And like for 6, 7, 8, like as you can see, like we have 5 right here. Now if we go 6, see, you're adding an I. 7, you're adding 2 I's. 8, you're adding 3 I's, until you get to 9, right? And then it changes. So we did the in-between function. We automatically, if it's between these, we just pushed 5, because that's the starting one, and we just added this value, the 1's position, on the chart, that I, we just pushed that I and started the increment at 5, because that's where we're starting right here. So it's basically saying, okay, this is starting at 5. If there's anything over that, it's literally pushing the remainder that's after that, like 6, 7, 8. It's adding, additional I's onto that, because this counter is already starting at 5. So it's going to say 5. Okay, if this is 6, okay, we're going to go once, and we're going to push that I, which is why we have this. See what I mean? Then, like, if it's 7, this starts at 5, so we're going to go up 2. So that means we're going to push 2 I's. So on and so forth until, this condition's not met. And then we go to 9. And then, right here, we just push 9. And then we're done with the single digits. So that's what I did for there. Like, this is all done. And essentially we did the same kind of concept with here, with the 10s. And then we ran this right here. We did it in a switch statement right here, which ended up working. I could have done this, I guess, in the switch statement as well. But I think same case, there was something in here that was preventing it from actually working the way it was supposed to. So we just went ahead I just went ahead and, just kept that there. I mean, truthfully, if I ended up doing switches on here and switches on all these, I could probably go back here and clean this up to make this a switch as well, and see if it, how it would go. But I've already passed this, and I'm not going to waste any more time than I have on this, so we can go forward. But know that this could probably be converted as well. But yeah, this is the same thing, except whenever this is all done in the tens position, we then call the ones place. So we do everything in the tens place, like it looks at that first number, right? And then it goes to, once that's done, it goes to the one space, and then it looks at that, that ones position. So the tens space would take the tens position, the ones position, and the array. So it would do everything it can with the tens position right here and look at it, and then judge accordingly to these if it falls within the range. And then we would push, we would call the one space, and then once that's all done, this would take place, and so on and so forth. Like the hunch space would then do the 10 space after it's all done its conversions, and then the 10 space would do its thing, and then it would call the one space from here, and just so on and so forth. It would just keep doing that, in order to do, this is why right here, these are our functions. This is the bread and butter right here inside of the function. Like we call one space if the length is 1, 10 space if the 2, hundreds, thousands, and there we go. So once we do all these conversions, right, it's pretty easy. Since we only did 1,000 in here, I only had to do this one, the 1,000 space. I only had to do pretty much that, however many thousands there were, I would just add, on the ROM chart right here, I would just add M for however many there were, whatever this number was here, and then I would call the hunch space, and that's when this would all kick off. So yeah. So that's why we can add, 200 would be CC, because look, if you go over here, 100 is C, then you have 200, 2 C's, and then that would keep doing that until it reaches 400. Then it becomes CD, right? So 400, kicks off to CD. And then, like if we did, let's CD 50, 450, right? That'd be CDL, because you have CD right here, but then you see 50 because when we called the 10 space, it then looked at this and saw that it was 50 right here. So yeah, it was not the easiest project by far, especially since I had to rewrite it twice, but it definitely got the brain thinking of how would we make each one of these, convert each one of these right here, like each individual value, because you can't just look at the whole value and be like, okay, oh, this is what it is. Like I had to realize, okay, I have to break this out. Like I have to look at these specific positions that each one are in. I can't, and because I have to put in these long, Roman numerals, up to a certain amount. So yeah, that is, and that's how I completed this right here. Now feel free to put your own kind of spin on it and how you want to do. Obviously, I mean, I'm not gonna recommend you exactly copying mine. Like you can do something similar, obviously, but I'm not going to sit here and recommend to do it. I mean, if you did learn it this way, and this is the best way that you were able to come up with it during, kind of the time that we had the break, you know, that's awesome. If you guys were able to, you know, do something a lot, you know, less, feel free to, with a lot less syntax and, you know, was able to be a lot more efficient. I will say on YouTube, I would definitely comment that in there and show, like, you know, offer your opinions. And I will be able to look at that later and be like, oh, okay, that's what you did. That's pretty cool. So, yeah. So this project right here is complete. So, completed 2 of 5 certification projects. All right. So, what is our next one? One of the simplest and most widely known ciphers is a Caesar cipher, also known as a shift cipher. In the shift cipher, the meaning of the letters are shifted by some set amount. A common modern use is the Pt.2 cipher, where the values of the letters are shifted by 13 places. Thus, A is equal to N, B is equal to 0, and so on. Okay. Where the values of the letters are shifted by 13 places, thus A, okay, is then B is 0, and so on. Writing function takes a string as it takes a Pt.13 encoded string as input and returns a decoded string. Okay. Okay. All letters will be uppercase. Do not transform any non-alphabetical characters, space suspension, but do pass them on. All right. First things first. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna separate them, right? We're gonna separate them into. So I guess I can write this out. So separate into array. So first, we'll separate all the values into an array. We will then convert each value to a char value? Is that what it is? I think that's what it's called. So we're gonna for each out to a char value, and add 13. Wait, is that what it's called? Is it a char value? Right? So 13, okay. So add 13, convert each value back to a char. To a char, and then return joined array upon space. Okay, so this right here, writing things out like this is called pseudocode. This is just thinking it out, writing code before you actually do it. Separate into array. Okay, so we're gonna separate this string into an array. So const Oh, string array. So we're gonna do a string string. Okay, so all of these are now within the string. See? Do this right. Okay. So cool. We now have these all in there. So now we're gonna take this string array, right? And can I actually do a dot? For each val. So each value in there, right? Okay, so I can do that. So for each value in the string array, right? I want to convert. Oh wait, can I return that? So hold on. Is it alpha code? Is it alpha code? No. What is it called? Is it ASCII? Oh, ASCII. ASCII value. Nope. Char code. So would that be return char code at val? Wait. Oh wait, maybe. Okay. So is that, hold up. We would obviously want to do it this way. Alright. Wait, why would that be? Okay, is that because it's... Okay, I think I know why. So... for each value... How do I convert? I can't convert that to an int. Can't call it so, right? I have to figure out how to So this is stream from. What? Okay, hold on. I need to do this to look and see what's going on. Would that? Right. Okay. It's gonna be undefined because it's not there. How? Oh gosh, how do I do this? Because I would have to get each. We'd have to do a splice. Well, after. I just need a conversion. How change that to a. From Charco. Okay, hold on. Okay. So. Do I just. Returns val. So for each one. Okay, so. There we go. It does each one of those. So. So that's index. So it would be a get in an index. Val dot get index. Wait. Would that be? Duh. Oh. Index of. Should be index of, right? Yeah. So I guess that wouldn't make sense. Okay, hold on. So we can convert this, but we're calling this on here, so how can we do that? trying to call the array itself. Okay, so maybe will we just do this then? For each value, right? We will then do okay. We will then do a array dot index of val. Okay. Okay. So we would do a let index get. Wait, would that be a get? Index of right. So this would be index position equals string array value. Now we will take the index position and we'll do the string array dot char code at Oh. So wait, would be string. Okay. Let char code. So we got the char code. Oh. Well, that's just getting the string array, right? Okay. So, okay, X, throw this in here. So this is our next one we're converting. So, we have to, I want to know if it's, wait. New string array. So now we will return new string array. And can I do a console.log on the new string array? I just need to know the numbers. Crap. Okay. Index position. Okay. They got the index position, and then we return the chart. I should have. Wait, do I do a dot map? There we go. Because we're making a new one. So we have all of these char codes. Now. So we get that. Now. We take the char code. Okay. So let's try this. So we can do... Yeah, I can't do that. Okay. So the index position of each one of these. Alright, so we have that. So the index position of string array, right? So I need... So if val is not equal to then we will do this. See, we don't want to convert these. We want to keep those separated. These are all undefined. Shoot. So we can do this. We could return this. And then we just return there we go. So these are spaces. Okay. So if it's not this, we'll do this. Else, we're going to return that. So that way, these are all converted. These aren't. So we're going to take those, and then we're going to plus 13 on each one of those. And then we're going to throw it back. Right? T charcoal plus 13 dot from code. Okay, guess you can't do that. Inverted char. Yeah. Plus 13. And then we do it's not a function, huh? Okay, so take that. Join. Okay. How do we do this? Oh. would make sense. Now, I have to convert a char from char code. It needs a string. Okay, so we've now done this. New string array. We made this, right? Now we gotta convert it. Well, so each one is now char code. So char code array. All right. Now we will then do wait. Mapped it. Let convert char code equals I gotta make some things. Now we won't do this, right? We have to do. So we have the char code. That's the hard part. Because this char code at yeah. So let's. Okay, hold on. So it takes the string of the value. No. I guess we could do this. We can return the char code, but then okay. code array. Converted array. Converted. So there's the ANSI array. Then we have that is what it's called, right? Ah. A-N... No. Did I have it right? A-N-S... I had it right. Listen to the first time. Okay, so then we do convert array equals... Okay. Map. Dot. We'll map that one. Make a whole new one. So each value in this one. Yeah, I know this isn't. There we go. Now we will then get. Just do the same thing. Index position. We are taking each one of those. Okay, so do I just do it back? Oh no, no, no. Do I just do the reversal? Oh gosh darn it. Hold on. Yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't. Do I need to even do this? Cannot read properties undefined. Reading apply. Hold on. Where is up? Where is apply? Chart. String.char code. String array. I'm wait, hold on. Okay. So charcode at obviously has to meet, like, within this internal function, in this internal function there has to be an apply, which is why it's having a hard time. So oh, hey Dev. I'm glad you like it. That's awesome. I take it you've done a decent bit yourself as well. So it has this, where it has the string code. How do I, once I do that, how do I, wait. Can I do plus 13? Ah, okay. And then yep, it's one of the first places I went years ago when I was self-teaching. It's a pretty great site, man. I'm glad you were able to, you know, go on this that journey as well. 96. That's not right. That's not right. That's A3, A3. Wait. Okay, hold on. Hold on. That's definitely not right. Because it's getting the first position. Gosh darn it. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Because it's doing this. It's getting this. So, to a char value, add 13. Like, no. Actually, where did I put that? Oh, I guess I deleted that. Okay, we'll have to see something real here. Well, I don't want this. I want to see if I can return it all in one. I should be able to convert it all. So these are currently in the char code. But I would have to... Wait a minute. I can take... each one in the array, but it'd be a string. How do I take... Do I mine backseat programming? Like how so? Or do you mean like it giving the problems and trying to solve it, or letting someone else solve it and me observing? Oh, yeah, I don't mind it at all. Like, I actually encourage it. I actually highly encourage it because anyone who sees these videos later will be able to see those tips from our community, be able to push forward that. So anything that's pretty much like a learning experience or adds on to the learning is highly encouraged. Right now, I'm actually trying to do the project section. So this is actually the third out of 5 that we're trying to do. So you can do plus 13. So each one of these, so we have these right here. So it's returning each one of these right here. Well, technically, I would have to be right here. So we have the array right here. So we have them all converted. Add 13 onto them. See? Now we have to convert these back into actual chars and then return it. Return the new character to the array. Essentially return the new character. So return the new character. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this 13 and trying to convert these back all in this map. So that way I can actually return that char code array. It'll actually be like all in one. I'm just trying to figure out how I can convert these back to chars. Because right now this is doing a string. It's using this original string and using these index positions to add. But that I don't want it to use the string. I want it to get each value of the array, like each char, and do it that way. Which I know I could probably do like a I could do like a for each loop. Like I could do a for each loop inside of this map where it does that and it converts it. But to do the char code I would need I don't know if it... Hold on. If I do a string array, right? And I would use 0. Okay, so 96. So I could do that. I can use a char code and then convert it to do a for each inside of it. Convert that. And then convert it back. Because this is getting the first position. Yeah. Well, okay, I can do this originally with string, but then I could take the char code. It takes each one of those. Right. But then I can do... I can do a char code dot... value in... Well, that's what I did right here. But... like I did the... Well, that's... yeah, so this is what this does right here. This essentially does the same thing. Like if I were to do a string dot split, it does the exact same thing. That's what we declared up here. It's just this is the syntax that we used. It just automatically does it. But so what we're trying to do is we're making the map of this right here. And if, because this will transfer itself, we want to leave this. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. We don't want to just make spaces. We want to make spaces and all non-character. Hold on. We would want to make this a... oh wait, did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. There we go. We would want to... gosh damn it. We wouldn't want it any white spaces. I'm just giving some things. Okay, so this though is supposed to be and oops, I like it that way, but hate doing Redux. It always comes out like crap. I'm trying to get converting everything. The thing is, I don't want to do the space, but I also have to ignore periods. Wait, okay. Okay, I should say if value is equal to a word. Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Would it be a dot match? I would have to make this a dot match, wouldn't I? Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on. If oh. Okay. So I didn't even have to do that. So if it matches this regex, okay? Alright. It'll do that. If it doesn't, which we have a word right here, so it'll go to the end of the, until it hits at the end of the word. So that means if I have it, there we go. Okay, cool. So if we have a period, or we have the question mark, or an exclamation point, okay, cool. Alright, so now we can return that just as it is. So that's good. So now we have to do, okay, value inside. Because we have to change. Okay. It's so hard. Because I have to turn that ANSI code back into a char. But if I do, okay, if I do string at 0, or I do string array like 5, 93, 1, 82. Okay, so I know I can do that. So let's go ahead and do that. So, okay. So I'll just keep it this way because the original string we're converting anyway, and we're adding 13. So, and I need to replace each one. Index position. I have to gotta think. So I take each one of them and I'm adding 13. But then I have to take each one in here and okay, hold on, I think I got it. I had to rub my temples a lot. Okay, so stimulate that value. Okay, so we're getting for every item in char code array. Okay. Item, oh, oops. So, every, there, we will now no, we need to create a new map. Wait, we can do a char code array dot const final. Wait, can I could just return this. Char code array dot for each item. Okay, for each array val, or you know what, let's just use val in this one. That's fine too. So we will just return this. We don't even need this. And at the end, we'll just do a join on these. Right? Okay, well that sucks. Okay, so each one of those at 13. And then, so convert that, and each value in here, return for each. Now we will do a value dot val dot from char at no, wait. From char. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we have these, right? So we're getting that. Wait. And wait, they're all. It's always gonna be that. It's not a fucking. I could do a while and make each value char dot to Yep. Right. Yeah, it goes from that, but it wants me to do plus 13 for each one of them. So A would equal to N, and B would be equal to 0. Well, hold on. So if you go past Z, you will get special characters like... Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Encryption is so much fun. Yeah. But it wants me to go... But it wants me to go like to 0, 1, 2... So that's what I'm wondering. Is it going to use the... So hold on. If it's an S... So TUVWXYZ... Hold up. Are we going backwards? Wait. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. You're right. I am going to have to get rid of these. Now... So I could do... now I'm thinking. So... I see what's going on. I don't even need to do conversions. But I do need to keep this regex in here. I don't need to get this. But I do need a return. You're right, because I'm going to be going through this and I'm going to get a... It's going to just go to special characters. But that's what I thought I was looking at, because this B went to... Hold on. Is that a 0 and or an O? My thinking was all because this was... I thought this was a 0. But I think that's an O. God damn it. Oh. Okay, so 13 points. A is N. Okay. So B. So we're gonna have to go through this. 13. Oh, great. Yeah, I can't do it. I was thinking of creating a map to just shift positions. But I don't think I can do that. I have to actually write this out. If you could add a check for the charcode value, you could possibly get rid of the rejects. Well, I could, but I kind of like the rejects anyway. The regex anyway, just because it's pretty short and I'm just doing a match. So that way, like, if anything comes out with a special character, it'll just go ahead and flesh it out. Because if I start messing with char code values and all that stuff, it might be more code. And it'll probably take a little bit more time for my head to wrap around it. Like, just truth be told. Well. No, yeah. Because, yeah. Yeah. So, let's just do that then. B is O. Yep. Alright, so C. We'll do this. Oh, oops. We'll do a D. Actually, I think this might be a little bit easier. E. E. F. G. Well, actually, it could be right. It'd be just faster doing this. Because if I were to just do that, I think I'll waste more time. H. I. J. K. Ooh. Well, first. Okay. Yeah, these are all uppercase. Okay. K. L. M. Gosh, this is great. You know what? I could probably just do this. Like, take up less space. Hey, oops. K. L. M. Oh. Okay. M can equal. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. M. N. O. Actually, So am I shifting back? Shifting that way. B, C, D. Okay. L, M. Because N would go back to A. And O would already be here. C would be P. P. O, P. Q. R. S. T. U. V. W. X. Y. And Z. There we go. Okay. Okay, and then so this is our conversion table right here. So if it equals, so what we have to do is we'll have this first one equal this, but it'll do a reversal. If this one, if it matches this, then it will get this one. Yeah, and we could just do a map. Well, that might... I don't need a charcoal array. We could just make this new array. A new array. So we could do... We have to do a for. Hey, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Or follow. So for let's do so char in table. So we could do this value, right? Yeah, that's if this matches. So we can do the char in the conversion table if the conversion table char equal to string array value. What would that be? Value. To value. Okay. So what is the value here? Oh wait. Okay, hold on. Yeah. If so we're getting this. If I do a console.log table char. So NOP, yeah, it's getting all of that. So we can get the char. Okay. So if the char is equal to this, right, we will then return the conversion table char character. Else, we will then return the char. Right? Yes, because the char. Well, that's just the first run. So let's see how this. Okay. Let's see how this runs. Because we're going to just return the value. So if I were to new array. Oh, that's a lot of A's. Oh. S. If okay, hold on. Return char. No. If okay, hold on. I need to redo this for a second. I just need to think 1 second. We're going to return the new array, but we need to is equal to value. Okay, if the char, okay, what is the value? S. S, E, ooh, don't want to do that. Now we're just creating a lot in there. And it's just SRPZ. So, nope. Yeah. So we have this. Where is... So that might be right, but... We need this, though. So what is... else if... table... char... Ah, there we go. FreeCodeCamp. Okay. Then we take the new array dot join. Okay, we got this. So see, we have done it. So if I were to just put an else, right? It goes through A. But if I do this, an else if. Okay, because I guess I'm explicitly saying if it does this, it's fine. Okay. Now let's try this one. Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Alright guys, we did it. So let's throw it in, and I think we should be good. Get rid of our console.log to make sure. Close our, close the, you got it, yeah. Here we go. 3 out of 5 certs. So that's it. There you go, guys. We have now finished 3 of 5. And we went over the first, or the second project, and this third. And then we'll begin the fourth next time. And probably, depending on how much time we have, we could probably start on the fifth. Or be done with the fifth, maybe, depending. But yeah, it is 12:20 my time. So with that, I have to work in the morning. So yeah. I'll probably end it off on this so we can start again with something. Do you have Discord? If not, you can join my... Yeah, I actually have a Discord, and I will post the new link in our area. Let me throw out here. Alright. There you are. There's the Discord link. If any of you guys want to join, that's fine. It'll actually be on my YouTube videos as well, if you ever need to. Hey, no problem at all. That's fine. That's what it's there for. So if anyone wants to join there and share your work or different ways to, or even talk about different ways to come up with better solutions like this, you know, that only makes everyone better. And that's absolutely what I would want. And, you know, how long is your code? Like, is it pretty long? Well, I'll just, because I was gonna say I could probably throw it up in here, or you can push it up on the comment on like the YouTube channel. But yeah, if your solution is way shorter than this, then I mean it's 37 lines. I'll post what I came up. Sturdy and not refined. Are you talking about mine or yours? Because currently I have 26. Oh, okay. Okay. I was sitting there and I was like, wait, where am I getting 37 lines at? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And the thing is, even if it's longer or not correct, it still broadens everyone else's interpretations. So that's fine. It makes you branch out and think in a different way. So absolutely, if you want to post yours in there, you can. Just so you know, it's not really, my Discord really isn't that big, but anyone who's wanting to join can use that link and join in there. I will... Yeah. So I've pinned it, so you guys can click on that whenever you want to. So if you guys want to join that, you can. By all means, you guys can go in here, share your work, collaborate. That's what it's there for. And, if you guys have any questions for me or, um, you're more than welcome to converse with each other, talk. But I will say anyone that is, taking part in this, Discord, that, if things start getting out of hand and whoever is being like, not just being mature, like everyone's there for a reason to like have fun, learn and stuff. No one wants someone bossing them around or people calling everyone idiots, stuff like that. That won't fly with me. I know sometimes you guys will see on my streams where, I get harsh criticism because I don't do exactly the way someone else might do it. Or, I might be having a hard day, so I have a hard time recollecting or remembering. And, I get, the idiot comments and that sort of stuff. And, really, that's whatever. To me, I don't care because it's no big deal to me. Because I'm doing this to learn and to have fun with it and to interact with you guys. So, I mean, I can get a bunch of criticism, that's fine. But if you start doing that to other people, that in a space where I'm trying to regulate, that environment, then yeah, you don't have to be part of that environment anymore. And, I will definitely, I'll kick you. I mean, that's just the brunt of it. Because no one likes to be put down, when they're trying to learn. And, that actually instills a negative feedback for them not to learn even further. And that's absolutely not. It's toxic and it's terrible. And I think it's kind of very, it's prominent in the tech field that you will, like, especially like programmers and stuff, depending on where you're at, a lot of people will criticize. But yeah, exactly. Like you said, Don, the biggest thing is focusing on your main goal, and that's what we're all here for. So, and that is to learn, to develop, and like I was saying, in the community, there are people that do, are there you go. Yeah. There are people that, get really big-headed and that sort of stuff, but really, those people that are extremely big-headed and think they know everything are going to be less effective than people that are, open to learning, that are making mistakes, and that are, jumping in and, taking risks and doing stuff, even if they don't completely know 100% of the material. Just trying and doing it is more than enough. And I think, obviously I'm the kind of I would say, I would highly recommend people to, search Google and to do, Stack Overflow and that sort of stuff. But if you have like an actual question and that sort of stuff, and you have a group of people that are very intelligent and, are wanting to learn as well, you should be able to freely ask your question or something that you're stumped on without ridicule. I mean, yes, Google is there, but you also have a lot of people that are, on the same bus learning. So, just be common courtesy to your fellow man, So for those in chat sections on here, I don't get along with strong opinions. Everything has its purpose and usefulness. Exactly. And, and those people that are actually learning, may even know more information than a seasoned programmer, that technically that seasoned programmer could have forgot. It's something so basic, could have been forgotten a long time ago, and because this new programmer comes in and starts talking about it, they're like, oh yeah, and a conversation starts. So the biggest thing is, don't get too high and mighty, because you will make a mistake at some point, and it could be bad, and you're gonna feel embarrassed, and the last thing you want to do is have just people dogging on you. I think it's kind of childish. It's rude, and what's going to be solved by that? And I don't want my community being that way. So, but yeah, it's 12:30 now. I'm gonna head out. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm sorry for the long, the long in between times in between. I just, I have a life outside of here, so some days I'm just not feeling up to it, or like recently I've had car troubles. I've had a lot of people pass away recently, and just life, man. Life really gets to you. And so, but I try to come back to my community as much as I can. So thank you guys for, sticking here and coming in to, offer you guys' opinions and, have fun. Well, ultimately just have fun. I have fun every time I come in here and I talk to you guys. I love doing this stuff, and hearing other people communicate with me is just is so cool, because you have a bunch of beginners, you can have a bunch of experts, it's great. Thank you, Dev, for the follow. I really appreciate that, and I've really enjoyed talking to you as well. I know, and like I said, sometimes I do take feedback, like backseat programming. Like, I'll stay here, and in past videos, past sessions, I have come through here, and me and some people within the chat will work on something together if I'm really struggling. But usually if I have like an idea of where I want to go, I want to explore that idea before I start making, start deviating from that, and then I get myself confused. And then I get lost, and then I'm just sitting here trying to go off on it makes the session a lot longer than it needs to be. Sometimes if I'm at a complete loss, then obviously I'm just going to go along with those ideas. I'm just going to go with it. But yeah, usually if I have a good idea of what I want to do, I'll try to finish it out, and then if I can improve upon it, I will. But I do love hearing the opinions, and I highly encourage it, because it makes me think, and everyone who's here, think in different ways on how to, best handle these. But yeah, okay. I've been sitting here, rambling long enough. But yeah, I just wanted you guys all to know that I truly appreciate all of you. And it makes me really happy to come back and see you guys all come in here and watch me, even though I have long periods where I'm gone, but I'm back. I'm always gonna come back. You just have to be on the lookout. But I'm not, and usually I won't be gone a really long time, but usually if I'm not on during the whole week, usually I'm crashed out in bed, or spending time with family, or trying to work on a problem that's like unrelated to here. But yeah, that is it for today. Our next session would be a US phone number. that we would have to validate that it is real. Okay, so apparently we'd have to send a true or a false if someone adds a valid phone number. Huh. So that might be a regex question or a regex answer. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens next time. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Good hanging with you. You all have a good night.